Hey everyone, how you doing? Hang on a second. I got to put this all in its places that it needs. There we go. And this is going to come up a sec, but I will catch it really fast. Oh, it did come up. Nice. Share, copy. There we go. And where's my Hide TV page? There it is. And we're coming in. Okay, publish. All right. And that says it's good. Talking live here. Let me just double check one thing, and I will be good. Right. There it goes. Hey, everybody. Welcome to a Sunday afternoon. It's getting ready for some thunderstorms. It's actually been quite nice out here. I can't complain about any of that. Where did this go? Let's double check. There. And okay, we're good. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so Sunday afternoon, getting ready for our week. We're almost in July. It is just before July. And on the 4th of July is the 1 year anniversary for the new High TV that we have, right? So what we did is we fundamentally changed the site in so many different ways, consolidated, linked. It used to be multiple versions of software loosely tied together with shoestring, and now it's getting all wrapped in. One of the things that came up after the last year, no PayPal, right? We wanted to eliminate PayPal. If you were still on the PayPal system, you need to go into PayPal and cancel it, and we'll cancel it and move to the High TV. But the High TV page is a content creator network. If you have content that you want to put out to the shooting community, for free. We will even rev share. If you bring in people like that, you can bring your content to the Hide. We have several groups doing that. Really, really, really appreciate them. The idea is to have a friendly platform, right? No censorship, no this. You can continue to use platforms like YouTube. I'm using YouTube right now, right? You can even do YouTube unpublished and drop the link into the Hide and just focus your information to the Hide. You could public it, put it on the Hide, put it on Facebook. When I do these lives for Sniper's Hide, it's live on Facebook, it's live on X, it's live on YouTube. I'm putting these lives into multiple places for you guys to get the information out. And every week we see more and more people are watching, interacting, and referencing the lives. They're a great way to follow what we're doing, to see what's going on. And every Wednesday, so you guys know, every Wednesday, I am live with Chris from Riflecraft. Um, he's there with me. And the great thing is, I'm gonna um I can't even know, don't even know where to mention this, but one of the things that sort of brought Sniper's Hide to the forefront was me talking, interviewing, interacting with other people. We're at Rifles Only. We got students in the class. We're at Rifles Only. We have the Sniper's Hide competitions. And then I was going out and about to these yeah, yep, yeah, talking story. So um they're basically popping up, or yeah, the storms are talking. I'm talking to somebody on YouTube. Sorry, guys. So anyway, what I'm saying is I'm sharing this live all the way around the feed, and it's growing every week. We could see more and more people are watching the lives and referencing them. Hey, when you were here talking about this, and the great thing is with Chris, because he's out at a match right now. He's doing his competition. He's doing an NRL Hunter, I believe, this weekend. So we're able on Wednesday to talk about, the match that Chris shot, the the new sort of developments we're looking at. I mean, a great example is that is I have that it was Chris's, but we're working it together. The 25 Creedmoor stuff is here. So I have the 25 Creedmoor barreled action. I have the 25 Creedmoor in a chassis. Gonna have to zero up and dope the 25 Creedmoor now, and we can compare it alongside the other calibers. On top of that, Chris has even shot the ELR, the Night Force, in the last month. So the variety is from your standard precision rifle matches to your NRL Hunter cameo Western Hunter style matches, and then moving into that ELR. So we're getting an example, and this is this is hit on me the other day. Just talking to him and talking to everybody. It's the process, right? What the hide, what I'm trying to do, what we're doing together with Chris. I don't think so. I haven't seen a 25 Creedmoor AR. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to simplify the process, right? I mean, for years, everyone thought precision rifle was voodoo. Even some of them sold you voodoo. There's a lot of, well, is that snake oil? Is that voodoo? How do they do that? But I can't. Is this really something that simple for me to use? And over the years, we've seen this try, fail, try, fail, try, fail. And it's like, okay, well, you guys have seen what works and what doesn't. You've seen the struggles people have. I mean, that's one of the arguments that I make why I dislike a dasher. I watched the growing pains, I watched all the problems with it, and it's like, why would you go through that much effort to throw a 6 millimeter when there's 8 other options out there? And it's like, I got a little delay. I gotta fix the delay in here. Boop, 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 boop. I think it's slow. So I got it. There's a delay lever in here actually, and I'm watching myself, and there's a delay when I talk. So there's a actual like slider to fix the delay. I need to do that. But anyway, it's the process, right? What's our process? We're looking at training, right? I do so much training. I'm going to be in Alaska after 4th of July. Next week, we go to Alaska. I got 3 classes in Alaska. I come back, I have Nebraska. I love Nebraska classes. I love the terrain. I love Jake McDaniel out there. I love the Midwest shooters. Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, all I love those Midwest shooters. And so we'll be in Nebraska, then back to Fort Morgan, and then from there we got a couple others. We'll go Ohio and some places. But yeah, well, 6R BR is the easy button, but there's not factor. It's not. None of those. I had a BR. None of those are an easy button because they don't feed right, and it takes a lot of. And there's no factory ammo that's the easy button for it. An easy button is a pipeline from factory to result. In the 6BR, if you're I have a 6BR from 2001. Okay, when we did an F class, we did Spirit of America because I'm going to change subject, because there was no precision rifle comps other than what we did. So we were like, we want to create a rifle. And we did the Ghost Dancer. This was the first time people did. This is 2001. In one. And we did all this. We did a 6.5, but we did the 260. Savage. I'm gonna explain the Ghost Dancer. So the Ghost Dancer program. Greg Langalius. I start Sniper's Hide. I have less than 2,000 members. Go to SHOT Show. I talk to Savage. Everybody's Greg Langalius. We're talking. We're doing these discussions. What's easy? What's good? What's this? And Greg Langalius, who's still a member, hanging on by his fingernails in his age, 6'5" is going to rule the roost. Mark my words, 6'5". And it was like, okay, well, I go to SHOT Show. Savage. And I said, hey, Savage has a 260 because we settled on 260. And they were discontinuing the 10 FP in 260. And at the time, the only factory ammo was Corlock, Remington Corlock, but there was still a box of factory. And so I go in and I go to meet with the guys at Savage. I said, hey, you're discontinuing this rifle. They said, yeah. I said, can we buy some? We're doing a project for Sniper's Hide, and we think the 6.5 is the future. This is 2001. And we said, we think 6.5 is the future. Savage says, yeah, we're getting rid of these. They sold us 5 10 FPs in 260 for $250 each. Got them. Bought the Savages, spread them out among members. McMillan making the first A5 stock. I said to Kelly, I'm talking to Kelly McMillan. It's well documented. He said it before he passed away. Why did you do the A4? The Marine Corps sniper rifle. Why the A4 stock on the A3 rifle? Why did you make a paddle? It looked like a boat paddle to me, like the Recon paddle. And he goes, well, what do you think's a better stock? I said, well, this, let's do this. And he said, well, let's make it. So we go on Sniper's Hide. Through McMillan, we crowdsourced the A5. This is the first time McMillan inletted for Savage. So now we get a Savage inlet for McMillan. We're doing a 260, right? At the time, this was pre-Accu triggers. So it didn't have the Accu trigger, didn't have the little safety in the trigger. Savage had a normal trigger. We had aftermarket triggers all put in. Custom stocks all done. Well, we shoot Spirit of America, we do the 6.5, we do all this stuff, and I go and see all the F class, all the Palma. Spirit of America was huge. I want to say there was 600 competitors, right? And I got to see all of it, and it was like 6BR. Well, I manipulating and changing, and Gardner's like, hey man, I can do this and we'll do that and we'll do that. They couldn't get it to feed right at the time. And I have it in the safe. I have my 6BR that we use that had a plate. And we plated it. We pulled the mag out and I plated it to single feed it. Yes, the accuracy on a BR is amazing. But when we were going from like 308 shooting matches, and then the first guy to show up actually showed up with a 243 with a 1 in 7 twist. 1 in 8, 1 in 7. He was in there. So a 243 was the first one to show up in the 6 mils. This was an average 25th place guy. And Terry Cross used to do 260. Terry Cross had a great 142. My surgeon, I have action number 11 That's a Terry Cross 260. And Terry Cross did 260. And you weren't going to beat Terry Cross ever. Terry shows up, Terry's winning. Terry beat David Tubb. Okay? Terry beat David Tubb at a Sniper's Hide Cup. So the BRs show up, the 6 mils show up. This was a 25th place guy that beat everybody with a 243. That's when the light bulbs went off, and that's when the whole thing. Well, then that's when guys were looking at bench rest in the 6 PPU because that was like a big winner in the F class. So they started to go F class, they started to go bench rest, and they started to look at what that's why they call it barricade bench rest. Right? Because you start going there. Well, then when the dashers and the BRs came, I gave mine away. I literally gave it away to a girl, a 15-year-old girl. All my BR shit. Because it was too much work not shooting it. And then the dasher was the same way with the necks. They were having the problem with the necks. Everything is a specialized tool. Now, today, everybody has the benefit of 4 years of fighting because they saw they you didn't give it up. It was like I did so much. I had worked so hard to get this to work. I'm sticking with it. That's what happened. And then everybody just built a infrastructure around it. But outside of that world, nobody wants it. It's a race car no one wants. It's like not a race. It's like it's F1. F1 like race themselves out of realism. The cars are too big. You can't like the Monaco. They were just bitching about Monaco. The streets of Monaco can't handle an F1 because the car grew outside of the parameters of what they were trying to do. Yeah, it's faster, it's better, it's neater, it checks every box except when you put it on the street of Monaco, which was the point. And I feel that's the same way with the BR and the Dasher. Yeah, they're easy buttons. Yeah, but you could do it with stuff that's factory. There is a 6BR factory. It's super expensive. Why nobody talks about it, and it's like one like I don't even, does Lapua still sell it? It was like Lapua. And then a lot of the factory stuff was the 95 grain world in the 90s. So, have you 300 Norma? Yeah, I don't I mean, I honestly for reloading, so we'll talk to reloading. I got a question came up here. I'm gonna pop that on. So, Andrew, here's what I do for reloading. I go into the Hide Reloading Depot. I find the caliber bullet that I'm going to shoot. Like the 260 is a great example. I look at the pages and 43, 43, 43, 43, 43, 43, 43. And you're going to see 41, 45, 46, 47, 41, 48, 47, but you're going to see 43, 43, 43, 30, 43. And the Norma, you're going to go in and see the Norma. The Norma's got an easy load, right? If you're going to do the 230, you're going to push that in something, but the 215 with the Norma to me is the sweet spot and where they backed off to. They tried to do the 230, but because they do some funny twist stuff, it doesn't quite work for them. But the 215 grain on the Norma is excellent. So what I would do is go into the reloading depot, and then you're going to see something like 88, 88, 88, 88, 88, 88, H1000, 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 or Rotumbo, 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 Rotumbo. And you're going to see an often repeated load. Start up a little slower than it may be, but they are usually good. Like, I'll give you a great example. If you guys are reloading and you got a 308 I have like a 1 in 10 twist I do a lot, and my 308's anywhere from 20 to 22 inches. Take a 185 juggernaut, I put it behind 46 grains of 2000 MR. It's loaded at magazine length, so I'm 2.830. It shoots a little bitty group right at with a 20-inch Bartlein, call it 20 to 22. You're right at 2,700 feet per second with a 185. And max pressure with the 2000 MR is 48 grains, and I'm at 46. So like that, you find like stuff like that that's just amazing. As soon as you try it, it just works. And so I use the reloading depot at the Hide to get me 90% of the way there. And then hey darling, I see you. Hold on. There we go. So yeah, so I use that reloading depot a lot to cut to the chase and don't do the trial and error stuff. It was like the Valkyrie. So factory with the Valkyrie, 90 grainers going 2750. The 88 grainer going 2750. After 700 yards, nobody could see it, nobody could spot it. It doesn't move the plate. It's all this drama. It's like that don't work. On paper, it should be fine. 2750. Like they always load to that 2750, which sucks. I wish it was 2850 because that's the sweet spot. But they do 2750 because of that slow node. That's like the low end of that stuff. So the Valkyrie and the 90 grainers, 2750, not working, not doing what we want. If you shoot it inside 500, works great. Once you go past 500, it falls apart. So then we're talking, we're talking, we're talking. We hit on this. Hey, 2750 is not the answer. 2900 or faster with the 22. You need to get speed. So guys start shooting it at 2950. Holy shit, it's a whole new bullet. I got a load from a guy on that 2950. He gave me the basic load. And what it was his overall length. He did a 1.6. I ended up at a 1.8, and it's still fitting the mags to ogive. You know what I mean? So I get a load. I put it in. I load it. First load out of my rifle is like 3,300 feet per second. I'm like, oh shit, I can't do 3,300. Backed it off, backed it off. He was 28 grains with a 1.6 ogive. I go to 27 grains with a 1.8, and now I'm at 3,000 feet per second, 3025. I have an SD of 5 with an 85.5. That is like amazing. That's 22 GT, and that's 22 Creedmoor zone out of the Valkyrie. You can get a box of shit Valkyrie, the 75 grain, for $8. That's what I call an easy button, but nobody will go that direction, and it shouldn't. Not anymore because they killed it, right? Because did you imagine saying to someone, "Hey, I want to get into this thing"? Okay, dude. If you get a bighorn with the bolt head, bighorn action, the origin, 825. Maybe it's a little more now, inflation. So it's like, hey, dude, bighorn origin, 825. Okay. Bolt head for Valkyrie, Arc, whatever. Let's pick one of those two. Is $150. So we're at $1,000. Spin a barrel on it. You're another 800, right? 1,800 barreled action in one of these calibers. You go get your factory ammo, break in the gun, and then reload that brass to a better load while you're doing it. Then you go and you do your hand load. To me, that would be an easy button, right? All I need is the Valkyrie die, the Valkyrie cedars, right? Full length cedar. I don't need specialized stuff. Do I need to chase the neck? No, it don't move. It's a 22. It don't get hot. It don't do nothing, right? I'm at like 6,000 rounds and the thing still shoots lights out. Whalen, with his Valkyrie, got 8,000 rounds. But it's gone. It's dead. It's a dead consideration. But instead, somebody will say, Dasher. That's a 10 grand get into it because nobody makes anything for it. And it's all specialized to get it to work. I mean, that's even why they got feed lip tools, or the to fix mags because one mag out of shape and it's not working right anymore. So I saw all that, and that's what curious me. But it's the process. I need to go back to where I was, and I want to talk that process again. So, what the Hide TV is bringing you is this experimentation. We got the arcs, right? Guys got 6 arc stuff, and they're playing 6 arc things. I'm playing 6 arc stuff because to me, a 6 arc is the easy button. What's the difference, right? The 6 arc is the easy button. So anyway, that to me is what we're talking. And these guys are out there competing. They're out there talking about, hey, there's a class here. And like the Hide. I was just talking today. We're putting the events now. It used to be you do a Frank class. Say, hey, I'm gonna go do a Frank class. And I do it, but I go, oh, you want to do class? Here's a PayPal. And then you go to PayPal, you pay for the class, and then you come. Well, now with the Hide TV, we have the offline events, right? The offline events. Let me see. I wonder. I don't really want to go into that, but oh, you can't. All right. So can't really. So yeah, we have the offline events. And it allows me to put the class up and for you to pay for it with the credit card with the system. And it's not a PayPal. It's not any of those anti-gun systems and stuff. So we're trying to move all of that to the PayPal world. Or not off the PayPal world, which we've done. So going back to where I was, the forum, the Hide, what's yeah, I guess the 6.8. What's the bullets for a 6.8 SP? So somebody's asking, he's trying to do to Trump. Yeah, because they're doing the 6 max. To me, that little bit of feet per second. Again, so this is a good this is sort of a good kind of discussion in that way. My process idea that I wanted to start with you guys is out there where I'm going to be on my soapbox and ranting because Andrew has me all up and ranting now. Okay, a burger 130 is good. What is the speed? What's the speed with it? So he's doing a 130. So here, and this kind of cracks me up. So what the guys are trying to do, they're doing the max, the 6 max. A 6 max is a 6 arc that you have to do extra work to get 25 feet per second more, right? What's a 6 max? Go throw it up there, right? The 6 max is them trying to out arc the arc. A 22 GT was out Valkyrie the Valkyrie, which is the 22 arc now. They just did the 22 arc, which is a Valkyrie on paper. But what they're doing is they're giving you a little bit of the speed back and they changed the brass, I guess. So the bolt head is different now from the Valkyrie because they did them wiggle whacks with the bolt heads. So that's what everybody doesn't like. Most of them use yeah, I know. Okay, now I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to simulate quick load. You're trying to do the quick load stuff and see where to start because you're using something that's non-standard. So that's what you're doing. You're trying to what what are they telling you you're supposed to push the 130 at? I have no experience with a 6.8 SPC with a 130. What speed are they trying Well, no, because and that's he's asking, doesn't the 6 max top out? Well, no, because here's the thing. Like the 6 arc. I have my arc project. I have the arcs running around here. I have like 4 arcs now because I bought yeah, that's too slow. Why would I want 2500? That's way too slow. Um yeah, so my arc right now, I there's the in 6 arc factory. And this is what I did, and this is why like, I know I cannot it would be foolish for me to try to convince you to shoot a Valkyrie. Now, I could tell you to do a arc, 22 arc, and everything I say about the Valkyrie can be translated to a 22 arc. But I would be a jerk to try to say to a new shooter or somebody looking to move into the bolt gun world to enter with a Valkyrie. 22 Arc, sure. 22 GT, sure. 22 Creedmoor, sure. But those are to me the F1 car. The GT not so much, but the Creedmoor for sure is an F1. So 6 millimeter arc, factory ammo, small frame gas gun. This is where the sweet spot is. So in anyway, yeah, so sorry about that, Paul. I'll get with your question again. So yeah, so anyway, the arc. So I build the arc because I what I did is I didn't want to go the Valkyrie route because here I am. The Valkyrie came out. I was talking with JP, right? I'm talking with Adam Bird at JP's, like, hey, Valkyrie's coming. The Valkyries, everybody's throwing money behind the Valkyrie. Federal's in. This Hornaday's in. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I got that JP Valkyrie gas gun. Even before like the ammo came out, I got it when the like Hornaday came out the week before I shot the comp with it, and I shot the Hornaday ammo at a Guardian and came in 12th and won top veteran whatever. I won something. I don't care what it was. But with the Valkyrie. So in my mind it's like cool, now pipeline to bolt gun because it was the small frame gas gun. So now, fast forward, Valkyrie's dead. I've got over 6,000 rounds through it. I'm using the 80 grain now, the 80 grain load. So they switched everything. They went from the 90 to the 80. The 80 works great. The 80 grain is going 2,900 feet per second. The 80 grain Valkyrie load works good. But it's dead. I can't recommend it. So I start talking to guys about the arc, and then I had a Carson team in November last year here. And I said to guys, I said, "Hey, what are you guys what are you seeing with the arc?" And he goes, "Ah, they like it. They're killing people. It's good. Ah, 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 ah. Yeah, we like arc." Er. Okay. So I'll do it. So now I start putting everything together to do the arc. And I do it. Well, here's the thing. It's got an 80 grain that goes 3,000 feet per second factory. Then it's got a 103 ELDX Hunter that goes 2,800. Although out of my gun, it's like 2,775. Then it's got a 105 Black, right around 2,750. Then it's got a 108 Match, right around 2,750. In fact, the 108 and the 103 at 100 are nearly identical. And when you chronograph them, the 108 and the 103 are nearly identical. When you shoot them, the 103 is a touch better. But I haven't finished Dope and Bolt out completely. And so the 103, the 108 are viable options. The 105 I thought was going to be the thing because of the black. The 105 was shit. But the 103, and honestly, the 103 has, like, you could feel the difference in the recoil too. It's not there. So, the energy's fine because you're shooting the six, so you can run the numbers. Like, out of my bolt gun, the 80 grain is right around 2,900. So you can look at those numbers. And if you're shooting a match, it's just a touch. Like, I'm smoking prairie dogs with it, so I can't really tell you. I'm wasting prairie dogs at 6 to 800 yards. I'm killing them, you know? Um, but I'm talking, this is for a touch. It moves the plate. It's got solid numbers. My numbers are the same as a 6.5 at a grand. I have my numbers here. Let me see where my 108. Gravity ballistics for the win. Gravity ballistics. Pull up 108 arc. Hang on. I'm 8.5 with a 108 at 1,000. That's a sea level 6.5. And with the 10 with that's with the 108 at 2750. You have a lot of room to change that. Let me see if I have a 103 in here. No, I don't have the 103. All I have is the 108s. Yeah, this is a 146.5 load. When you look at this 108, that's a 146.5 load. That's all that is. And it's your 6 millimeter. Now you can adjust this by reloading it, but you have a factory option. This is factory. This isn't even reloaded. So think about what you could do with factory or reloads. And that's when I'm talking about the easy button. There's choices. If you go to a match and they have a shot beyond 800, shoot the 80 grain at 3,000. All you have to do is touch it. It's a touch. But like I said, at 6 to 800 yards, I'm killing dogs. And it's not a big deal. But to me, that's the easy button. Because how many times have you been to an event and somebody's running around through the crowd slightly off because something happened in their short ammo? Or, hey, I'm signed up to go to this match. Life got in my way and I didn't have time to reload for my dasher, so I'm not going. Well, go to Sportsman's and get a case of 6 arc and you could still do it. Which is like, I mean, I know, like, the 6 Creedmoor. Everybody, like, at first, everybody is like, okay, the 6 Creedmoor was to get that speed back. That was Gardner talking to Hornaday and, like, oh, 6 millimeters, you guys want to go fast. And then everybody went, no, not that fast. You burned my barrel out. And you pushed me too hard. Okay. Reload it slower. Why not? Nobody ever did that. Everybody went, oh, 6 Creedmoor? I won't reload it slower. I need a whole new cartridge. Could have did 243s. and just loaded it slower and put the right twist in it. And then shot 243 all day. That's 6 Creedmoor. What's the difference between a 243 and a 6 Creedmoor? Twist rate, right? So that's kind of, it's like, that's why when people are talking the easy button, a lot of this wasn't meant to be an easy button. It was meant to be something you won't do to win. Hey, man, they're all doing this. I stumbled on the dasher. I'm going to do the dasher because it's a pain in the fucking ass. And it had no it had yes, on paper it has everything you want when you shoot it. But could you have replicated it easier? Yes. They didn't want to because they didn't want you to do it. They want to beat you. These were guys that were coming up that were vicious. I mean, this is a group of people who will change the range on a match booklet and then tell their friends the real answer. So then when everybody shot the one or two stages the range was off, you didn't get that first round hit. They did. These guys are not like what you think. And all this stuff was designed to do something you won't or you can't. So, anyway, yeah, the Hide this week is our 1 year anniversary for the changes for the Hide TV. And so we're going to have some giveaways. They have a lot of shirts and swag over there to give away. I had done some shirts and they had sent them to me. And so I sent them to the web team for the contests. But we want to have some pretty simplistic, fake excuses to give away stuff because I have stuff to give away. And so I want to give away stuff. I want to interact with you guys. I want to go. And then speaking of that, I need to talk to them. They showed me a model to upgrade the PX. I really want them to do it. And so I'm going to see this week, since we're talking anniversary of the Hide, if I can get them to change that PX to what they showed me. Because it was neat. And my system can do it. So scammer wise, when we did all these changes over the last 10 days to combat scammers for you guys, I've gone from 10 reports today to 10 reports each day to about 2. So we took a nice bite out of the scammers, and so appreciate that. That worked out really well. Just all over with the scammer people and stuff like that. But we took a nice chunk out of them. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to come on and do a live. We're going to be doing several lives this week. We're going to be talking to you guys about the different things we have going on. Like I said, Chris will be back, and Wednesday we'll have his after action from his NRL Hunter match that he's doing and his classes and stuff. He's got close to 30 people doing his craft wind currently. So the craft wind is being well received. That changes the game for people. He had a team out practicing and learning craft wind at the range, and these guys were hitting center line like crazy. So we're putting crosses on the plate, vertical and elevation quadrant, right? In the craft wind, it's one of these things where people are initially confused. It's like effective wind over your gun number divided by get a percent of the distance. There's your hold, and they come up with like 0.9, and they go, "Where did that come from? Is that right?" And it's like, "Oh, I don't know." And then they shoot it, and it's like center line, and like, dude, you hit the vertical. Oh, what? And then it's like, whoa, wait a minute. effective wind over my gun number divided is the percentage. Okay, 50% of that. Okay, I'm shooting 6.3. Really? Yeah, do that. Point 0.3. Center line. Whoa. Really? That easy? Yeah, that easy. And it's becoming a case of yes, it is that easy versus like I don't get it. The I don't get it at first is they got it and they don't think that's right. And then once they shoot it and see it, it's like, oh, that's all I had to do? It's like I'm shooting 7, it's 1.25 mil. Yeah, hold a mil. And because they're doing it in their head. And it's like, yeah, hold a mil. Okay, bang. Vertical hit. What? It's like craziness with these guys. But yeah, it's good stuff. So this is what we're trying to do with the hide. This is with the anniversary. We want to bring you some swag. We want to get that engagement with you guys and show you that there's a lot of stuff. And like I said, from the content creator side, it's free. We're not charging. We're not trying to do anything. We set it all up for everybody. If you're out there making content and you want to give it some eyeballs, absolutely, throw it up. Like I can tell you, I have a recent Rumble account. The Hide TV gives me the same, if not better, views than my Rumble account. So, but the beauty is you can have a Rumble account, throw it there, and then take your link from Rumble and drop it in. Like what I'm doing here with you guys on the Hide, I just fire up this, hit it to YouTube, hit it to Facebook, hit it to wherever. I grab the link and I drop it in the Hide. And then I'm live on the Hide. I'm live over at YouTube. I'm live on Facebook, on X, all at the same time from a single link. And so it makes it really easy. Then while I'm here, I could record the podcast. Then the podcast goes up. So then I'm able to simulcast my bizarre rantings and ravings and my broken recordness, um, you know, over and over and over again to people, and it's fun. It's how hard is it to talk? My dad, when I was growing up, used to call me Motor Mouth all the time. Hey, Motor Mouth, shut the fuck up. What? And be like, what? And start laughing. Hey, Motor Mouth, shut the fuck up over there. you know. But that's what we're doing, man. But yeah, the like I said, 6 millimeters do rule the roost, but I do think there's easier things to do than a dasher and a BR. I mean, it's a joke, it's a meme. Hey, what are you shooting? Oh, 6 millimeter at 2800. Oh, what are you shooting? 6 millimeter at 2800. Hey, what are you shooting? 6 millimeter at 2800. And then it's like this. They're all shooting 3 different cartridges. you know? And it's like, how much work do you do? Well, I reload like this and I do this and I'm doing this and I'm chasing that. And then it's like, well, what are you doing? Well, I make sure my necks are good and I got to do this, but I got to be careful because my neck grows and changes and then what are you doing? I don't know. Right. And all of it. But anyway, guys, I'm coming up on an hour. But yes, the Hide anniversary. Look for the contests. Look for the giveaways. We got swag to give away. We got a whole bunch of different things happening. They're taking care of it really nice. I do appreciate it. Right, right, yeah. I mean, but what it like? Here's one thing for the Mystic Mungus. What did you have to do to get to that point? And without reloading, could you have done it? That's the question. A BR, yeah, you could chase some factory, but it's mega expensive. It's really hard to find because it's the Lapua. Like I said, I gave mine away. Yeah, a ton of work, right? And that's where you get. And I get people. There are people, and I understand it. There are people that enjoy reloading. I take nothing away from that. It's a zen thing for them. They are there in their moment. They're there in their zone, and they like it. I don't. I don't want. I mean, I do precision rifle all day. From the time I get up to the time I go to bed, I'm talking about it, writing about it, filming about it, precision rifle all day. When I shut the cameras and close the computers, I don't want to be in the garage. Now, don't get me wrong. I can make content out of it. I'll live stream me reloading. I'll turn this on and just let it play like a Twitch feed or whatever. I could do the Twitch and the stuff like the kids do and just let it run while they sit there and I could do that and reload, but I don't want to sit in front of a reloading machine all day and reload. I'd rather watch a good movie and get something out of that. Or I'd rather go, like I know we're traveling around and doing stuff. Laura wants to go to Dinosaur, go spend the night there. And it's like, well, I could spend the night and do that, or I got to reload for Friday. Nah. I see Chris do it. That's enough. But even him, he's honestly, Chris, if you track his experimentations lately, he's doing a lot with a big variety. He's touching on how to do factory ammo and where the lines are. He's going to know exactly. Like if you say, "Hey, I'm going to an NRL hunter and their farthest target is 800 and da 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 da," he's going to be able to say, "This box of factory ammo is all you need to hit that." And he'll be able to show it. And then you're going to go, "Oh, I'm going to a PRSy thing and I'm going to be shooting to 1,000." He's going to go, "Okay, this will work to here and this box is going to work for that." And then you're going to go, "Oh, I'm doing all this and I'm going to go to 1,400." And he's going to go, "This will work to here, but you're not going to be able to do it unless you do this." Arc. Max isn't going to go anywhere. There's never going to be a factory max load, I guarantee it. I don't I you got one guy playing max, right? Isn't it Ray is the only one really talking about it and really kind of pushing it? Uh who's talk I don't think Max is here to stay. The Arc world and the PRC world. The Arc world is going to be settled science. Anything in the Arc, 22, 6 millimeter, 338, and then the PRC, right? 6.5, 7 mil, 300, and then Creedmoor, 22, 6 mil, 6.5. They're gonna do the Creedmoors. You're gonna find your Arc, your Creedmoor, your PRC. Those are gonna be the ones that are gonna be your grandkids. No feeding issues. Yeah, there's a couple dudes running it, but again, like I said, this is what are the odds there's going to be a factory offering in the max? Because I think it's going to be. I don't see it, but maybe. So we'll see. I know Ray talks a lot about it in those guys, but in my mind, it's 25 feet per second. And then when I hear Craddock talk, right, but like me talking with Paul Craddock, he likes the bolt faces on the Arc. He likes the bolt faces on the Valkyrie. He likes those kind of things. Um, he likes all that stuff. And right. I don't like I said this is very niche. This is very it's like that quantum precision hasn't it's good. It's don't get me wrong. I think for a gas gun world, I'm a huge quantum precision fan, but like he says, until it gets bigger, it's going to be harder to justify the numbers for somebody to produce it. And until you can, oh, and then again, This is somebody hand loading to get an advantage over the people who aren't, right? So I'm a max. I'm doing ABCD. And then it's like, okay, what's your number with the chronograph? I'm sending this bullet at this speed. Okay, I could do that over here. That's all that is. Yeah, the Furies are scaring people, to be honest with you. Um, they're because I don't think, like, I hate to say this and bring it up, but if you follow, Jesus Christ, everybody's fucking texting. Leave me alone. If you follow the old, like the gun that Thesis was doing, that whole with Brian and Dave, that 300 Norma, when that project that blew up because of what's his name scamming everybody, catfishing. That was meant to talk about this direction of pressure. The Army's talking about 120,000 psi. And what they're talking about is Inconel barrels. And so the Fury stuff and all of that was sort of meant to fundamentally change the direction, that project. And I think now they realize that's too much money. It's never going to happen. And so they're playing that project and they're trying to kind of remold it into what we're using today. I'm not sure we need to do that and we want to do that. They want to do that because of body armor. That's a body armor thing for them. They want fucking 120,000 psi. They want bullets that are screaming to get through body armor. We don't need to do that. We're just looking to touch, right? All for comps. I mean, unless in our hunting world is perfectly fine. We don't, but what we're looking to do is simply touch a plate and get a score in a lot of ways, and so there's no reason for us to crank those PSIs like that. That's some insane. So anyway, but yeah, I'm getting blown up in Texas and things like that. But a nice little hour with you guys. I appreciate everybody coming out. Again, this is the Hide's 1 year anniversary week for hidetv.com, or not .com, just hide.tv. TheHide.tv. It's right there in front of me. I could read it if I was smart enough. But no, this was a great little conversation. Like I said, I got the storms coming through and Laura was out getting her hair done, and it was like a weird Sunday, no NASCAR today because it was last night. So I watched the race last night and I said, well, before I kind of kick my shoes off and do nothing and get silly down on the couch or something, um, probably fall asleep. But no, I don't. I slept good last night. But anyway, I wanted to pop in and give a live for the 1 year anniversary. I actually dropped this into the forum just to see what it would do to give people some forum stuff. I did it a little bit different. But I appreciate the conversations with everybody. I appreciate you guys all coming. In the yeah, talking Hornady really quick, Matt. Talking Hornady, my SDs in the arc are single digit, fours and sixes. Bolt my Terminus bolt gun arc, my 103 load is an SD of 4 point something from the factory. So I have so yes, in the but then if you take like a 6.5 Creedmoor, it's 30. But my arc loads, the SDs are single digit and below 8. Fours and sixes is what I've been seeing. I could show it to you guys. And that's again another reason I like the arc. The arc seems to be a little more efficient all the way around the block, and I don't have to go the BR and the dasher route. I could do it with the arc. The 103 factory SD of 4 at 2800. Do the math. A 103 at 28. That's fine. Trust me, it'll work. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for being part of this. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Have a great week, and I'm gonna be live all week because they want me to talk to you guys as often as possible when we're doing the live anniversary. So thank you again, much appreciated. Cheers.